Absolutely. Here's a condensed, cinematic, American-style YouTube voiceover script, about 12001350 words. For the HOA, Karen yelled at me for parking in a disabled spot, story delivered with a natural, conversational, and visually rich tone. The script launches straight into conflict, amps up the tension, weaves in emotional beats, and closes with a satisfying punch and an open, provocative ending to maximize engagement and comments. You ever get yelled at for doing the right thing? No. I mean really yelled at public. Loud. Out of nowhere. You're sure you must be on a hidden camera yelled at? Yeah. That was my week. But hang tight. Because the woman who started all that drama, she ended up in the back of a police cruiser, wailing about justice with mascara running down her cheeks. Only in the suburbs, right? Let me back up a sec. So, my mom and I moved into this tidy townhouse complex called Maplewood Park. Mom's got arthritis that makes walking a daily battle. Her cane is basically part of the family now. The only way she can get around is with a disabled parking placard, which the state gave her. My job? Help her in and out. Drive her to appointments. Be the family she's got left. Anyway, one summer afternoon, I swing into our assigned disabled spot, placard clear as day on the mirror. Groceries in hand. I'm halfway out of the car when I get this staccato bang, bang, bang on my window. I jump. There she is, Tracy, the HOA president. Platinum blonde hair. Sunglasses like she's ducking paparazzi. And this look that could probably curdle milk. You can't park there. She barks. Loud enough for the neighbors to peek out. Disabled parking only. I nod at the placard, trying to keep my cool. Yeah, my mom's got severe arthritis. I'm her caregiver. This is our spot. She doesn't even blink. You don't look disabled. She practically spits the words, snapping pictures of me, my car, my groceries, everything. I'm reporting you for fraud. The cops will sort this out. And just like that, she stalks off, phone glued to her ear, announcing her title like it's some badge of honor. Welcome to Maplewood Park, where the grass is trimmed, the mailboxes match, and if you so much as breathe wrong, the HOA president's on you. Tracy's not just the stickler, the self-appointed sheriff of all things petty. She's got a reputation for sniffing out violations like a bloodhound. Rumor is, she once fined a guy for painting his shed the wrong shade of brown. I should have known I was in for it. Thing is, Tracy didn't stop. Every time I parked, she'd swoop out of nowhere, snapping photos, jotting down notes, lecturing me about abusing the system. I swear, she must have had motion sensors rigged to my driveway. I see you use this spot every day, she'd say, her voice dripping with accusation. Never once seen your so-called disabled mother. I showed her the registration. I tried to explain, again and again. My mom has arthritis. It's her placard. I'm just doing my job as her son. She'd roll her eyes, lips pursed, and storm off, sometimes leaving fake violation notices on my windshield. Not the official HOA stuff. Either just her own little "you've been warned" specials, complete with threats of fines and possible eviction. One morning, she corners me in front of the mailbox cluster. I filed formal complaints. 3 strikes. And the board will have to take action. Maybe you and your mother need to reconsider living here if you can't follow the rules. And the way she said mother, like she thought mom was imaginary. At this point, the whole neighborhood's getting weird. People stop waving. One old guy who always used to say hi starts shuffling away when he sees me. Mom notices too, her confidence starts slipping. Maybe we should just park farther away, she says. Small voice. I don't want to make trouble. That's when I get mad, really mad. No. Mom, you have a right to this spot. Don't let Tracy bully you out of what you're owed. The board meeting is a circus. Tracy struts in, flanked by two of her friends. Smirking. The rest of the board barely looks at me. Multiple reports of violations. One mumbles, "If you can't provide satisfactory evidence." I slap down every bit of documentation, doctor's notes, the placard registration, even a photo of Mom and me in the car. Tracy just scoffs, waving her phone around. Has anyone even seen this mother? She makes air quotes like she's at a stand-up show. I leave with a warning and a pit in my stomach. But I'm not backing down. That's when things escalate. Tracy starts recruiting her buddies. Suddenly, I'm getting cold shoulders from folks I barely know. I catch one neighbor snapping pics of me unloading groceries, clearly part of Team Tracy. Mom starts staying inside more, scared she'll be the next target. Meanwhile, Tracy keeps pounding on my window whenever she gets the chance. At one point, she shoves a violation notice under my wiper while I'm in the car. But here's the twist, our next-door neighbor, Mr. Roia, retired fireman. Usually quiet. Big dog walker, he sees the whole thing go down one afternoon. Mom's hobbling out of the car, cane tapping, face drawn in pain. Tracy storms up, camera rolling. Gotcha. Another violation. Then she actually stops, mouth hanging open, finally seeing Mom for real. Does Tracy apologize? Please. How do I know you didn't hire her? She snaps, finger in my face. That placard's probably a fake. That's when Mom, who's usually the last to speak up, straightens her back and fixes Tracy with this stare. Young lady, I've lived with this pain for 20 years. I won't be called a liar in my own home. For a split second, Tracy's mask slips. She looks what? Ashamed? Scared? But then she's right back at it, yelling about official investigations and rule enforcement. She storms off, but she doesn't notice Mr. Rowe, standing there, recording the whole thing on his phone. He comes over that night, hands me the video. She's gone too far. You do what you gotta do. That's when I flip the script. I file a harassment complaint with the police and the HOA board. I attach Mr. Rowe's video, my pile of paperwork, and every fake ticket Tracy ever left me. What happens next? Total chaos. Turns out, Tracy's been running her own little side hustle, fake fines, off-the-books payments, made-up violations. She's skimmed nearly 20 grand from scared residents over the years. Suddenly, everybody's got a story. The quiet old lady on the corner, the young couple across the way, even the handyman chimes in. The HOA scrambles. And then picture this, the police show up right in the middle of the next board meeting. Sirens, uniforms, the works. They march Tracy out in cuffs. Hair a mess, yelling about abuse of power and innocent until proven guilty. The whole street's out there, phones up, watching as she's read her rights for harassment, fraud, and embezzlement. She locks eyes with Meblum's me. Naturally, you and your fake disability. This is your fault. A week later, we get a knock. The interim HOA president, hands shaking, apologizes to me and Mom. Turns out, we weren't the only victims. Tracy targeted anyone she thought wouldn't fight back, old folks, new families, anyone too tired to deal with her. But now, that fear's gone. Neighbors wave again. Mom's smiling more. Even asks to take the long route on our walks. Final scene, Tracy in court. Orange jumpsuit. Crying. Begging for mercy. I was just enforcing the rules. The judge doesn't buy it. She's going away for a long time. But let's be real. That's just one story. HOA drama never really ends. Does it? Makes you wonder, when does enforcing the rules cross the line into straight-up bullying? Where's the line between order and abuse? So, what do you think? Was I right to fight back? Ever tangled with an HOA tyrant? Drop your stories, your takes, your own neighborhood legends in the comments. Let's get real about justice and about standing up to folks who hide behind the rules to push people around. And hey, if you think this story was wild, wait till you hear about the guy who tried to fine me for planting tomatoes. But that's a story for another day.